And the second part to your vision, and absolutely critical to making a vision come to life in your own experience, is the second part: why do you want it? You know, the why, the reason, the big emotional driving force is what gets people to their goals. A goal has to have that. It's like the goal is, like the Ferrari sat on the driveway, with a big fast engine in it, but it's no good without the fuel. And the fuel is like your reason, it's like your big why as to, why you're going to achieve this. If you look back earlier, like we were talking about Walt Disney and Disney World, and he had to have a pretty big why to go to over 300 banks and finally get what he was looking for. And, the why was that he had this dream, he had a vision of creating a place on this earth where people could go regardless of their background, their race, their color, their traumas, their experiences, their challenges in life, so that everyone could go there and in this wonderful magical world could step into a fantasy world where they were greeted and surrounded by nothing but smiles, joy, laughter, excitement, energy, enthusiasm, and just served at the highest level too while they were there, just having a totally different experience from anything else they were used to in life. And that was the vision he had for Walt Disney World or Disney World. And it was such a big reason for him to do it. It was such a powerful driving force that he went up to over 300 banks and made it happen. Thomas Edison had a similar vision about affecting positively the lives of billions of people. I don't know if he was thinking in terms of billions when he was creating his light bulb, but his vision was to change the world, and he did that. And so whatever your reason is to get where you want to go is what's going to drive you there. And what's really important when you create your vision, and again, I'm going to go through some steps to that, and incidentally, you can see some questions on the page in front of you. So, what will be different in your life as a result of losing 30 pounds? If we stick with that example, how will you feel when you lose 30 pounds? How will your body look when you look in the mirror 30 pounds lighter? How will you feel when you're at parties or on holiday with your new body? How much more confidence will you experience with your new body? So these are just a few questions that can really provoke your mind to get clear on, your vision and why you want it. And incidentally, if you haven't looked below this yet, as you're watching this slideshow, if you look below, there's a link. I've actually created a document which will help you create your dream. So you can click below, have a look below, after you've seen this, and you can download that document. It's just a simple Word document, and you'll be able to answer all the questions in there, which will really help start opening your mind up to the possibilities about what you really want and help you create this vision. And I've also attached in there a sample, an example of a brilliantly written vision. Okay, so you've got two great resources there. One is just the questions that are really going to provoke your mind into that place of really getting into that passionate idea about what you want, and the second resource there is an example of a vision, so that you can read another vision that someone else has written and really get to grips with what a vision actually looks like in someone else's words. And when you come to write yours, know that it doesn't have to be, as you can see on the resource there, that's a fairly long one. It might be 2 sentences, it might be 3 or 4 pages long. It's really what it is for you. So there's no right or wrong, it's just about what really drives and what motivates you. So this second important reason, again, is why do you want it? And I just want to make something clear, is be truthful to yourself about what your driving force is. What are your reasons? Why do you want to lose weight? Because a lot of people, when they set goals, we think we have to set them from this kind of holy place, like we have to be righteous and it has to be about the people around us and about contribution and stuff like that. Well, listen, that's all great, and if that drives you, brilliant, because it's a beautiful thing in life. But if your reasons are purely self-motivated, then that's perfect too. And honestly, from speaking to all the clients that I speak to, most of the time when it comes to losing weight, the reasons are self-motivated, i.e., one of the biggest driving forces for people is to be able to shop in normal clothes. Is to be able to look in the mirror and feel sexy. So it's whatever drives for you. It could be something really obscure which would mean nothing to someone else, but if it gets you excited and motivated and passionate when you think about it, that's your big reason. Okay, so, and if you can find 3 or 4 of those, you've got some serious fuel for your Ferrari car now, which you can blast out the garage and just tank towards your vision, towards your future and your goal. So the first part of the vision, remember, is setting the goals in a SMARTY fashion. Remember the acronym. This second part is really getting clear on why you want the goal. Okay, and again, the resource that you'll have here will walk you through some questions and go ahead and answer them, and then it's going to give you that kind of emotion and that drive inside as to what your vision really is about, and then you can write it down and you'll have this vision there for your future, which will feel great, and you can read it back and kind of re-inspire yourself, and then have something that you can constantly focus on. Because again, I have to make these points over and over. You're probably getting a sense of repetition from me, but I want to make sure this sticks. I want to make sure this information sinks in with you. And when you don't have a clear, guiding, crystal clear, compelling focus to go after, you just get dragged into everything else. TV shows, negative conversations, coffee and cake at Starbucks. I mean, there are 1,001 things, in fact 1,000,001 things and people in your life right now, I'm sure, to drag your focus in 1,000,001 different directions. And if you want to live life that way, then I hold no judgment on that. That's entirely up to you. If you want to get a bit clearer on what you really want and really grab it with both hands and kick butt and go for it and get it, then this is the first step, getting clear on this vision. Okay, so here's a few vision creation musts for you. So when you're writing your vision, to begin with, I've not written this down here, but to begin with, get yourself in a clear place. Get yourself in a place that's comfortable, where you can relax, where there's no one around, you won't be disturbed. This vision is really about getting down on paper truly what you really desire and what drives you, what motivates you. It's about getting inside of yourself and tapping into those driving forces. So just doing this when you're on the move or with a load of people around you, not really concentrating on it, is not going to serve you. And if you put 10% effort into it, you're going to get probably less than 10% return from it. This is about achieving the weight loss that you've always wanted. And if you're not willing to do this, if you're not willing to do these things, then maybe you're destined to that life of yo-yo diet and all that other crap that maybe you've been stuck with for years. And I'm sorry to be so direct and a bit harsh here, but, in fact, no, I'm really not that sorry to do it. Because, sometimes we need jolting out of things. And virtually every client I deal with when I coach one-on-one, they're all absolutely sick and tired, which has probably driven them to a point of hiring a coach. Sick and tired of the typical up and down diets. I speak to people who've tried 50 different types of diets. I wasn't even sure there were that many, and I hear the craziest things that people have done to try and lose weight. They're on the verge of surgery or more surgery or just trying anything they can. I've even had clients that take illegal drugs to lose weight, like recreational drugs, because it's helped them lose weight. So I've heard and been a witness to all of it in terms of weight loss, and I know the unbelievable frustration and pain that comes. What I'm giving you here is a different way of looking at it and a different way of doing it. So get clear is so important for you. So vision creation must. Number one, write your vision from the perspective that you are 6 or 12 months in the future, and you're looking back over the last 6 or 12 months at all the wonderful changes you made, and you're enjoying the body of your dreams right now. So imagine it's 12 months time, you're sat, you're relaxed, you're in your perfect body, you're 30 pounds lighter or whatever your goal is. You feel toned or sexy, you feel energized, whatever it is, your life is different, everything's wonderful. And you're going to write your vision from that perspective, from that place, as if you sat there right now looking back at all the amazing journey you've just been on and how amazing and alive you feel right now, having already achieved your weight loss goal. So it's not going to be something, you don't write your vision as if it's something that's going to happen in the future. You write it as if it's already happened. That's your first vision creation must. Your second vision creation must is to really keep your vision focused totally on the positive aspects of what you want. Keep your vision focused totally on the positive aspects of what you want. So a lot of people will write a vision and they'll put something, first time they try it, and they'll put something like, I no longer feel tired and heavy. And intellectually that sounds and feels okay, like, I no longer experience that. But the problem is like words can really associate to a vision in the mind, and if you read that back in the future and you read, I no longer feel tired and heavy, it can kind of trigger that emotional feeling that you had when you were tired and heavy, and so it can actually kind of send you in the wrong direction on your vision, if that makes sense to you. So if it doesn't make sense, then just trust me, have some faith in what I'm teaching you here, and keep your vision focused totally on positive aspects. So again, instead of my body no longer feels tired and heavy, it'd be my body feels light and energized. That would be the alternative.